Hello everyone, welcome back. We are going to work on making my September journal today. I have pulled out two papers that I'm choosing from. I haven't decided yet which one's going to be the inner cover. September is like the last month of winter / turning into spring. So a lot of people say September 1st is when spring starts. I go more like the middle to end of September for me. Around the equinox time is when I decide I think that spring begins, but because spring is starting and I'm too excited for spring, we're going with a spring vibe for this one for sure. I'm still trying to decide, but I think it's going to be the bees. I think we're going with the bees. I love them both. They're both papers from Fancy Pants Design Studio. This paper here, I'm not so worried if I get that covered up. It's nice, but there's nothing really special about that side in my opinion. But the bees are so gorgeous. So let's go ahead and cut off the branding strip and cut it down to the size that I want it and get going. Let's do it. Today is actually a very exciting day, and let me tell you why. It is the 22nd of August today, and at 5 minutes to 5 this morning, my baby niece Hazel was born. I'm so excited. I haven't got to go and see her yet, but I'm hoping to go see her this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. But I have a brand new baby niece, Hazel. My sister had a baby this morning, and oh, she looks so sweet from the photos I've seen of her. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to just cuddle that baby. She looks just delightful. So today is a really special day, getting to have a brand new baby niece in my life, and I bet Freya is going to be so excited to have a new baby sister. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm just buzzing. I'm waiting on after school when I can go pick up the kids that I'm caring for up from school, and then if my sister's home from the hospital, we might pop in and go visit her this afternoon. If not, we'll go tomorrow afternoon and get to see her. So that is going to be so special. I am so excited. This little pouch of goodies is my spring items, so we'll see if there's anything in there we want to use. I'll pop that just up there. Let's get this. This is what I'm actually wanting to pull out. This to get my kind of a rough height estimate for how tall I want this book to be. So let's just mark it right there, because that's about the height I'm going for. And then we'll get that paper trimmer back out again. Where did I put it? Right here. And cut it down. Yeah, so that has been the highlight of my brain this morning. Just like thinking about my sweet little new niece. She is so cute. I will check in with my sister if I'm allowed to, but if I am, I will put a little photo of her up on the screen. Oh, she's just delicious. So I will be popping that up on the screen if my sister agrees to that, which I'm sure she will. She's always been comfortable with me sharing Freya on YouTube and on Instagram and things like that, which I'm very grateful for. So quite likely she'll be fine with Hazel being shared as well. Hazel is a family name. My great-grandmother's name was Hazel. And then my grandmother's name was Hazel June, but she went by June. She didn't go by Hazel. My auntie's name is Hazel Nicola, and she goes by Nicola. My cousin's name is Hazel Megan. She goes by Megan. My sister, baby Hazel's mum, is actually Hazel Catherine, but she goes by Katie. And so this baby's Hazel, but actually going by Hazel this time, which is really, really special. It's like a beautiful traditional family name, and almost no one is actually called Hazel though, but this time we're actually getting a Hazel, which I think is really, really sweet. Yeah, I'm very excited. Okay, let's have a look in the bin, or the little pouch of springtime things. I'm actually thinking I may pull out this like wad of 6x6 papers and maybe tear some of that up to add on the cover. because I just never use 6x6 papers, and maybe I just should. Look at this. This is something that beautiful Jenna from Journal the Journey gave me the other day, and it's two little girls, or maybe one's a boy actually. Two little children, and it's springtime. That one might go on the cover for documenting this September. Or there's this one with, oh my gosh, maybe it needs to be this one actually, because this is how I feel at the moment. I have kids in my house. I have my two new nieces. I feel like there are kids everywhere at the moment, so it might be that one. What else do I have? There's this cute little image too. How sweet is that? Here's some more paper scraps that I think fit into the spring category. What else? There's this cute little card of this boy with a calf. That's really cute. I don't know that I'll be using that one though. Boys just don't feel like the vibe right now with a brand new baby girl and the fam. There's this cute little card too. That's really so cute. And then this one is a beautiful postcard as well. So these are all good options. This little bird's nest card is really cute. Spring starts here. That could be fun. That might go on there some, or maybe even in the inside cover. I'm not sure. What else do I have? I'm just digging through here to see if I can find. These are some beautiful flowers. This is pretty cute. Anything else here that we've got? Look at this little card. Oh, here it is. That might be a bit long, but it is so cute. Anything else that's jumping out at me that makes me think of springtime? I mean, all of this stuff makes me think of springtime. That's why I've put it into the spring folder here. But what makes me think of September specifically, I guess, the daffodils, that really makes me think of early spring. We've got daffodils already popping up on the lawn everywhere at the moment. Cute butterfly could maybe go on there. I'm just rummaging through. Sorry that I'm not really on camera. I would be if I could be. I think that this needs to be up kind of close to me for me to be able to see what I'm doing here. This is so cute. This little bee on with the flower, that's adorable. Anything else that's really catching my eye, taking my fancy? Those birds with the blossoms and things in the tree. Oh, so cute. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's probably good. We've got this little bloom. This little like gumboot is cute. Okay, let's start doing something and putting it together, but maybe I should choose if I'm going to use a main focal image, because if I am, then I probably want to, like if I was going to choose one of these, I might then think of what color palette I'm going for, because they have got quite distinct color palettes. This one's quite fun. They're all quite fun. I'm not sure that I'm going to use that one though. It does feel like my life a little bit like right now with just 100 children around me. But it doesn't feel like what I'm thinking of for September. This is so cute. That is cute. These daffodils also are really speaking to me. That's really cute. Maybe I could even like layer that up. Like I'd have to trim some of it. I don't know. Maybe will that fit in there? Maybe if I trimmed it a little bit, I could definitely trim some of the bottom off of that. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe adding it in as a little page in my journal, perhaps. That could be a fun idea. Oh, this one's really cute too, planting the garden. Oh, that's really pretty together. I love those greens and yellows together. I wonder if we could make that work. It's quite, I don't know, they're two quite large pieces. I kind of wish that they were maybe one on the front and one on the back. I don't know, I'm just gathering ideas. This little bird's nest is really cute. Oh, what about this? Do I like those two? I prefer those two together, I think. That's really cute. Maybe this one could go on the back cover because the color palette is like beautiful together. So I'm really loving those vibes. So maybe on the back of it, of my journal, I would have this cute little image there. on the front, these, or do I want to do it the other way around and put this one on the front? Or layer them all. It's getting very busy and very hard to sort of see much. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe, do I want to put that one on the front and then on the back do my daffodils and my bird's nest? I'm really loving them. And then there's the little gumboot as well. That kind of fits into the same little color palette here. I'm liking this. Okay, I think we're gonna be leaning into these like greens and yellows. Oh, this is pretty then. These papers, that one there I think has those same greens and yellows in it. I was gonna say I don't know how many of these spring specific papers are gonna be in that color palette, because that's not really what I think of typically for my spring color palette. I've got a lot more like pastel purples and pinks and blues and things I think in here. What about that little one too could go in there? Maybe that little bird one. Okay, so I think those ones are where I'm leaning towards. I could maybe cut out a rainbow also as well, perhaps. What about those little paper scrap pieces that, oh, that was those here. None of those are exactly the color palette. I've got some more of those little cut down scraps though beside me, so let me just have a quick flick through. I'm just going to look at the colors again just to remind myself of the vibes. That could go on there maybe. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. What about that? Would that match? Yeah, that's not too bad. These are just background pieces. It's very thick cardstock though. This is like thick scrapbooking paper. And the, you know, the cardstock kind of paper, which is not ideal for this kind of thing, I don't think. So we'll see if I go about using that one or not. Actually, I'm just seeing this here too. This is for March, but it's March in the Northern Hemisphere, which is, I think, probably pretty equivalent to our September. And it's got that same really pretty, it says springtime. Okay, we might use some of this. We'll see if there's any part that I can bear to part with over the back here. It's going to be tricky. I might not be able to use it. I might be hoarding that one for a while. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, let's take our cute little elements here and pop them aside for now. Actually, let's pop them aside and those back into the the springtime bag. Those ones can go just up above me. And let's start getting some of this paper collaged onto this cover. Look how cute. It's quite a different palette inside. That was more of the palette I was imagining. That's a-okay. I feel like we're going for a definitely closer to summer spring color palette on this, which is not at all close to where we are, but oh well. It's a-okay. Alright, let's just get some of this stuff glued down. Get it going. How are you guys? I hope that this week is going really beautifully for you guys. I am hoping this week will go really beautifully for me. I feel like the last month or so has been just like one chaotic event after the other, and I'm very tired. I'm very, very tired. I am hoping that this week feels a little more settled and a little more like I can have some breathing room, honestly. Let's get that stuck on there. Okay, that worked, even though that's part of the really thick part. I was wondering if that would work or not. Okay, let's put that part over there too. I'm going to actually need to get a new glue page because it's real sticky. I think it is about 1 o'clock at the moment when I'm filming this, so I can't be here too long. I'm going to need to go and pick up the kids from school. I haven't received a text from my sister saying that she's home from the hospital yet, so I don't know if it'll be a today thing that I get to see her and see baby Hazel or not, but sometime sometime. Do I want to add that on here somewhere? I don't know. I think that red is quite red. Let's just maybe we could add that little rainbow up there. Don't see why not. It's cute. I like rainbows. So we'll add that one on there. I do kind of want some more, like, let me just take these images again and just see if I feel like the colors are right. I'm unsure if I'm getting it right here. What colors do I want? Maybe, do I like some of this? This is a really pretty, like, scrap piece here. Oh, it has got poems on the back. Did I want to keep the poems? Is that why I've cut them like this? Maybe. The paper's a great color though for this, so I think we are going to just have a quick look. I don't like that top poem, so I can at least take that much. The top poem wasn't doing anything really for me, so can always grab that bit and get it stuck on. I'm just trying to keep these things nearby so I can remind myself how I like what I want the color palette to kind of be. I'll just take that little snippet out of there and use that somewhere. Let's put it in here like that. Okay, what else do I want? I'm kind of hoping to find paper that is paper and not cardstock, because otherwise this is going to get really, really thick, and I'm not really looking for that. What about some of this? Some of this could work. It's got some of that like yellowy, greeny vibe, so let's take a bit of that. Yeah, I like that. I think that could work. And it's just on copy paper. It's just some old jelly printing that I've done, which is always fun. I haven't played on my jelly plate in ages, actually. I should get that out again sometime. I just don't feel like I've got very much time at the moment for that kind of excitement in my life. It's all busy at the moment. It's all go all the time, which is not bad. It's just very different to the lifestyle I was familiar with before. Indeed. Okay, that's looking good there. I do like this bird paper. I would like to include some of that on here. Let's maybe add a little bit over the back there. Just like that. Oh, like that. That's cute. And then I'll add a bit of that in here too somewhere. Let's put it there. Okay, now what do I want to add now? Let's put this back on and see how we're looking. Okay, I'm going to just check again with this poem thing if there's any that I really like. Honestly, I don't need these poems. I'm looking at them and I'm like, they're fine. I could write them out again though if I wanted them. Like, they're perfectly lovely poems, but I think this colour is really speaking to me for this specific project, and I think I would prefer to have that colour on here than to ever use those poems. So I can always write out poems again. If I want more poems about roses, I can do that. I can find something. Sometimes I've got to remind myself, you don't need to keep everything. You can use things. You don't have to just hoard and hoard and hoard in case something better comes up that I could use it for. Maybe this is just exactly what it needs to be used for right now. Okay, let's just get a good look at how this is going. Let's find out focal images and sit them on here. So that's looking like this. This is very cute. I want another piece of this goldy yellow color in here, I think. Like just in about there. Look at that. And then on the back, where did my little back images go? So we've got this cute little image here. That's looking really adorable. And then my little card. The little card that had the bird's nest on it. Where have I put... Oh, it's up here. That's pretty cute too, actually. Do I have any stickers? Often I like to include like some really funky vinyl stickers. Let me just check if I have any that I think would look good on here. I've got these really cute flowers. That is adorable and beautiful and I love it. So maybe that. I've got this beautiful Eve in a tree. I've got this stunning snail is beautiful. What else do I have that's giving me those early springtime vibes? Looking for early springtime. That's beautiful. Let God transform you. I love that. There's this Life, Death, Life sticker by Elly Mack. I feel like springtime is that new life kind of season, which I like. That one's so cute with the chicken and her eggs and little chicks hatching. That's very springtime. Okay, so I've pulled out a few good little vinyl stickers here. I love that. I also love that. Do I want to... Okay, I'm thinking these. The colour palette just looks really good together, I think. So I think I'm going to roll with this as the overall vibe. If I can pull it off. Which I think I can. I think that'll look cute. And then I'll get a little September 2023 situation label thing happening there. What do I want to put up the top? Do I want some more of those little birds, perhaps? Let's tear that and see if that will fit in there nicely. I think that will. Because there's a bit less of it on the front cover. There's only a little snippet down there, so we could add that in up top. That's pretty. So if that's there, honestly we just need a little piece of something in here. It might be more of that jelly print paper actually. I think could look good in there. Let's put that in. And then I think that that's actually looking pretty good to be just about ready to stick that down. Got that little sticker and that little sticker I want to include. On the back, how are we looking on the back as far as have I covered up all of the bits that I want covered? Not quite. I just need one more piece down here and I'm wondering if it's more of that poem piece, more of this like gold color down here, or maybe actually I think I want to put just a little bit of that goldy color in here. I don't know, I just want a little bit popping through over on that side. And then something else down here. Maybe a little more of this paper here. I've only used it in one spot and I typically do like to use everything in more than once when I'm making something so that it kind of has a cohesive feel to it. So I think we'll go with that one and stick that on down the bottom. And that should be good. I love this glue stick, this Ecolutions Bic glue stick. I really love it. It's one of my favorite glue sticks of all time. Just in case you wanted to know that. So if that goes there, that goes there on top. And then this little chicken, so stunning. I I'm now feeling like, do I want a little bit more of this paper included somewhere? Maybe a little bit just up in here. Let's do that. I'm trying to find a part of my glue page that's not entirely covered in glue. Okay, let's just stick that on there like that. That's looking pretty good, I think. Now I just want to go ahead and fold this again so that I can be sure of where the front is and where the front is not, where it turns into the back. Here, that needs to go down and down there. This thick piece is struggling to stay stuck actually, but I'm going to tape it at the end. You'll see me do that, and if you've watched me make my journals before, you will know how I use packing tape all over it, and that helps really secure it in. So if there's anything that's sort of folding up and isn't sitting nicely, the packing tape at the end, if you follow along with how I'm doing it, you'll find is very helpful as far as keeping everything stuck down and where it is supposed to be. So there we go, we've got that trimmed. Just folding this over, and then we can attach on our front cover pieces. So I've got this cute little image. Oh, that's so adorable. Then we'll put this orange butterfly and then that little floral sticker up the top there. Okay, really loving how that looks. Now, how do I want to attach? I think I'll just use my double-sided tape to stick down this cardstock I think it's a postcard. Yeah, it's an old postcard. So beautiful. Honestly, I wonder if I can peel up those cute stamps, because I love these floral stamps, and it seems like a waste to have them, you know, stuck underneath, never to be seen again. So let's see if I can kind of at least partially peel them up and off. They have ripped a little bit, but I'll still use those as some collage fodder for the future, because they are so pretty. And then let's get a little more down here, and we'll stick it on. So I want that about there. Cute. All right, let's put our stickers on. Get that bit of paper off of there. That little bit of fluff. Okay, and stick that down. Oh, that's so beautiful. Let God transform you. And then this little sticker, this one here, this one was a Redbubble sticker. This one here is a sticker from Elly Mack, who's one of my favorite people to buy stickers from. How cute. How cute. I love it. I need to find a little label or something to write September on, because I do like to have it, each of my journals, I like them to have the date on them. And I typically use my little stamps, my little alpha stamps here, and I write a little, you know, just the year and the month. Okay, I am getting distracted because I need to find my wet wipes pretty badly, because my hands are so gluey and I can't find them. So that's distracting me. Oh, here they are, here they are, here they are. I really need a wet wipe for these fingers. They're getting so gross right now. Okay, let's get those fingers dealt with, and then we can move over to the back and to the little September piece. Do I know where any good label stickers are? That's a question. I have some label stickers and I have no idea where they are right now. And they're like, they would be really good in this situation, but I have no idea where I put them. I've got these ones, but they're a bit smaller and they're a bit red. I like red sometimes, but I feel as though this is not the time for red. I could just use a white one, maybe. I'll pop those aside anyway. What about in here? Oh, that one could be good. I've just noticed this green round kind of one, which I think could look really, really cute somewhere. So I think I'm going to go with that one. Okay, let's stamp in there September 2023, but I'm just going to do SEPT, I think. So that is going to be 2023. Let's pull out the numbers I need for those. And I'm going to put that down here. Two, oh, two, three, and then let's write our September. Let's actually get those numbers back away because I end up pulling out way too many of them and then none of them stand up anymore and it gets a bit of a mess. S-E-P-T. So, how do I want to do this? Let's go with the P and the E. It was not stamped well, but there is absolutely no fixing that one. I'm never going to be able to line that up again. S-E-P-T. Oh, that's the P again. We don't want SEP. All right, there we go. That is not well stamped. I'm actually not super in love with that, but I'm going with it anyway. We're going to go with it. I want it here because that's where mostly I've put them in my journals, but I like how it looks better up there, so I'm going with it up there. Oh, tricky man. LMNOP oh, here we go. LMNOP QRS. Does that go there? I don't know. It doesn't. That's why I'm getting confused. LMNOP QRST, and then E is in there. Alrighty. We got them back eventually. I put the E in upside down, no matter. Okay, I'm going to flip it over for those of you people watching who would hate looking at that E upside down. That's just for you guys. And then click shut. Alright, here's how it's looking on the front. I think that's looking really pretty cute. I'm happy with that. Let's go on the back now and get these last bits stuck on. So I'm putting those daffodils up the top. The little bird's eggs down there. Let's get a new glue page so that we can not make a big gross mess of the focal images on my cover. So cute. I love daffodils. I love them, and they're all blooming at the moment. It's so gorgeous. Let's put some double-sided tape on the back of this card. Just going to quickly check the time because I don't want it to get too late and I find that I'm running late to pick up those children, but I'm not. It's 1:27, so I've still got time. I've got about an hour, so that's good news. Okay, let's get that one stuck on there on a nice jaunty angle, and then our little chickens hatching kind of sticker. I really love that. About there. How beautiful is that? I love this cute little September cover. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, we're going to add our glitter and we're going to add our packing tape as our kind of final steps for getting the cover pulled together. Here we go. Lid back on the glue stick. Scooting the papers aside because I don't want them to get stuck with packing tape. Let's move you away. Where is my vial of glitter? Here, this is the one I use typically. I love it. I love it so much. I just sprinkle glitter all over. I love giving, whoa, that's more than necessary. I love giving my covers a good dose of glitter. I'm a big fan of glitter. Not how it is with the environment, not a fan of that, but just how it looks is so beautiful. I love a good sparkly piece of glitter, so I got these glitters secondhand. I try not to buy glitter because again, the environment, it's not great, but I got them secondhand, so I feel like it's better. I don't know if it is or not, but that's my excuse. Okay, let's get taping. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to just slightly move the glitter away from any faces. I don't like faces having glitter on them. Nor do I like it if there's too much on words, because I feel like it makes things less readable. There can be a little bit around the words, but I just like to make it readable. Okay, let's do the taping. So when I'm doing this, I just cut some pieces. Oh dear, is that all right? I think it's all right. I got on my very fuzzy sleeve. So I just cut strips of tape and lay it down piece by piece over my cover. I know a lot of people do this technique with packing tape, but a lot of other people do it with that like cover seal that you can use for school books. That also would work. I just personally do not own, oh my gosh, personally don't own that. So I've got packing tape. So I'm just kind of going with what I've got here. And it works great. I love it when there's a little bit of wrinkliness on my covers. I just think that wrinkliness gives it such a nice texture to touch. So personally for me, I don't mind if there's wrinkles. I know other people, again, will hate that. It's not a problem for me. Now this next piece is where I've got to pay a bit more attention because of these small pieces that need to go across the spine. They're just a little bit more difficult. They're not difficult, but I just need to be paying attention to make sure I haven't folded the paper back weirdly or anything. When I go to stick it down, it's not difficult at all. Saying more difficult makes it sound much harder than it is. It is already sticking down beautifully, so I don't even have to do anything to it. It's just if your papers are not sticking down over that spine, you need to pay a little more attention to that piece. And a few more over. We're on the second half now. It doesn't take too long. I'm doing this all in real time so that you guys can see kind of how long this takes me and how I go about doing it. It's not a big time consuming effort. It's not too bad. But it really does make a cute little journal cover. This piece might be too short. Let's see if we can get that. No, it's just long enough. That is good news. I did go a little shorter than normal on that piece, but it is gonna go, so that works. Okay. Here we go. And we're gonna need one more piece at the end there. Look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, I love it. I hope this is in frame, guys. It's probably half out of the frame right now. Oh, that piece of tape didn't come up properly, but it's still wide enough that it's going to cover up the gap because we didn't need a full piece there. So that's all right. Okay, we've got our cover all done. It's so beautiful to touch. I just love the way these covers feel. Okay, let me just go ahead and peel this one up off of the table. Now the least fun part for me is trimming off all the tape. Now do I want to, I think I'm going to trim it most of the way, but I'm going to leave just a little bit kind of as even as I can. But I'm trying something out here, guys. I've never left any tape before. I normally cut right up against the journal, and you can totally do that. It works fine. I am just going to try out tucking the little excess piece of tape under and seeing if that is any better. It may not be any better at all. I'm just cutting a little triangle, just a little triangle out where the spine is there. And also let's just cut off a little bit off of the corners too. And I'm just going to see how this works. I just want to see if this month I find it more sealed, like if it feels better having come around the corner a little bit. I don't know that it will. I'm just giving it a little go this month because sometimes I do feel like the tape starts to peel up a bit and I'm concerned about like the corners and things of my journal. So we're giving something new a little try here just to see, and I'll fold that part up there too. Just gonna see if this works, if this plays ball or not. I hate cutting the tape off. It's always such a sticky, icky mess and tricky to do because my scissors don't like it at all. see how we get on. All right, that'll do. Let's rip all that tape off and throw that excess tape in the bin. And then we will do our little, just snipping in just like a tiny little V kind of in where the spine of this is, so that it kind of bends better. And then the corners cut off there. So now let's fold them over. Like that. It actually is fine. Like I can definitely see the tape, which I don't like, but it's fine. And if it seals it in better and makes the journal like overall feel more secure, then it'll probably be worth it for me. But I can see it from all perspectives here. It's not as cute. I'm just deciding if that bothers me or not, and we'll see if it does throughout this month, if I am fine with it or if it really irks me. This is going to irk me. This has got a big extra bit up the top here. Let's see if I can peel that part back up. I might not be able to, because packing tape can be pretty stuck on when it's stuck on. Let's see if I can get that piece though to really meet up better. There we go. And I'm wearing a big fuzzy black sweater today, and I can see bits of that fuzz happening under that tape, which is not cute, but it's fine. Here is the cover, friends. I think that looks adorable. Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm so excited to move into this cute little journal for next month. Really cute. That is really cute. It definitely maybe feels more like mid-spring or later spring. I don't care. I'm just ready for spring. So give me all of these spring vibes every day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will try and do another, like, maybe I'll share at the beginning of September or something how it looks with all of the pages in it. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do that right now. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to bind in any papers, but I'm so happy with how this cute little cover turned out. That inner cover and the outer cover, such different vibes, but I love both of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this little process of me putting this together. I really enjoyed making it. That was really, really satisfying. I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye, friends.